Kuzuzangpo and welcome. Imagine starting your day with just a few deep breaths. Simple, calming, and intentional. That small act can set the tone for your whole day, helping to reduce stress, improve focus, and bring a little more peace into your life. In a world that often feels rushed and overwhelming, mindfulness is becoming more important than ever. And mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated. It can begin with something as basic and natural as breathing. The Art of Living Foundation teaches just that. Founded in 1981 by Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar, the Art of Living is active in over 180 countries. It offers programs that combine ancient wisdom with simple practices like breathing exercises, meditation, and yoga. Today, we are honored to be joined by someone who carries calm and a smile wherever he goes, Shri Prashant S. Nair, a senior international meditation teacher and a trustee of the Art of Living Foundation. He is currently in Bhutan attending the International Vajrayana Conference, a special gathering that celebrates spiritual traditions and practices. Prashantji, welcome to the show. It is lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Samten. I share the sentiment.
Right. May I ask if this is your first time visiting Bhutan?
It is.
Right. So, yeah.
Normally, whenever somebody does the Art of Living program, at the end of the day, there is one common refrain that they share. I should have done this before. Now, when I came to Bhutan, this being the first time ever, as soon as I came, the first thing that came to my mind was, I should have come here before.
So how is your experience so far?
Beautiful, peaceful, and calm. And what we, the values that we instill in people through the Art of Living program, I can see around in Bhutan and in the people of Bhutan, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So, can we talk a little more about the Art of Living? What is it?
That's a beautiful question. On the one hand, Art of Living is an organization, and on the other, it's a philosophy propounded by Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar. As you said, in 1981, Gurudev started the Art of Living program, and the program consists of some tips on how to handle your mind, how to handle your emotions, being equanimous, how to reach and maintain that state of being, and to have a smile on the face. And for this, Gurudev has given some techniques, a little bit of simple stretches, yoga, and then pranayama, breathing techniques. And then the hallmark of the program is Sudarshana Kriya. It's a very ancient, very powerful yogic technique. It's a rhythmic breathing technique. And then we have meditation. So that's it's a package.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, 2 days ago, I fortunately could attend one of your sessions on breathing. It was really powerful, and I also learned that you come from a business background with an MBA. So, what drew you to this path of the Art of Living?
Sometimes we speak about coincidences. But it is also true that nothing is a coincidence. We say accidental coincidence of incidents, but then on another realm, probably it's all already planned. So I believe that was what we call as a niyoga. It was a destiny, probably, that brought me here. And I consider myself the most fortunate to be on this path, to be following Gurudev and be a devotee. And two things that I always share with people. One is being a devotee, the most permanent tag or identity one can have, and the other is to be a volunteer. That spirit of volunteerism, it strengthens us and strengthens the society around us and the nation and eventually the world. So these two aspects are something that drives the whole world, actually. And I have heard Gurudev in one instance, it was very touching for Gurudev to say that. I heard Gurudev saying, the volunteers, the strong volunteers of Art of Living is my pride. And I am so happy and grateful that I am also part of that, and every one of us can be.
Right, right. Prashantji, now you said that the art of living is also about Sudarshan Kriya, rhythmic breathing,
Yes.
deep breathing. How do you personally feel when you practice deep breathing? What's happening inside you?
Breathing, that is the most elemental aspect of our life. It is one level of our very existence. If you think our life is that small period of time between two breaths, the first breath in and the last breath out, in between whatever the short period span of time, that is our life. And when we come to this being, come to this earth with that breath in, we cry. But when the last breath goes out, do we make others cry? Do we make others miss us? That is our achievement.
Right.
So, breath is very basic and essential and important aspect that we all know, but then most often it is taken for granted. We don't realize that we are breathing. And just today somebody was sharing in an experience. I had a talk at the Ministry of Agriculture, so this ma'am was sharing that when she is feeling sad, she realized that she is not breathing. It is true, but then for her to realize it is very rare. Not everybody realizes the pattern of breath. So our emotions and breath, they are connected with each other very closely and intrinsically. So if you know your emotions, for example, when you are happy, joyful, the way you breathe is in one way. When you are sad, melancholic, or you are anxious, the way you breathe is different. When you are angry, you breathe faster. Now normally this is a one-way, emotions affecting our breath. Now when we make this two-way, it becomes a powerful tool for us to handle our emotions and our mind. So using the breath to handle the emotions, because if the emotions can have an impact on the breath, the reverse also should be true, right? That is what the secret that Gurudev has given us. Using the power of breath to harness all the good things, all the power that is hidden within us, allowing it to blossom.
Right, Prashantji, as you were talking, I was trying to realize if I'm breathing right now. Since we are talking about breathing, Prashantji, like you said, we do not even notice if we are breathing, how we breathe. So can we take a moment, like a minute, to, you can guide me and our viewers who are currently watching this program and guide us through this practice of breathing, deep breathing, for a minute.
Sure. What I would suggest is, one, first we will do a small test, very brief. Place your right palm on your chest and the left one on your stomach, and then closing your eyes, breathe in and breathe out, and just check how is the movement, how is the chest moving, how is the stomach moving. Now you can drop your hands and then open your eyes. Normally what should happen is, when we breathe in, the chest also should expand, stomach also should expand, and then breathe out, it contracts. But many a times it doesn't happen. Sometimes as we accumulate stress, etc., this rhythm, this pattern changes. So a little bit of attention to this and rectify this with our awareness. Our mind is very powerful. Whatever we give an attention on, that will grow, that will manifest. So with a little bit of attention on this aspect, you can rectify this. The second is, we will just experience a small, very simple breathing technique. It's called Nadi Shodhan Pranayama, a breathing technique. Very loosely we can translate it as alternate nostril pranayama. So for that we use our ring finger, place it on your left nostril, the thumb on the right nostril. The other two can be like this. So we breathe out whatever is the breath in, we breathe out through the left nostril, breathe in, and breathe out through the right nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril, close the right nostril and breathe out through the left nostril. Continue this for a few rounds, and then how do you feel? Just one round.
It felt relaxing.
Yeah.
It's like a little reset at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yes.
And even at the beginning of the day,
Right.
and before some of our practices, meditation, etc., when we first attend to our breath, that will give us more profound, deeper experience.
So why is something so small like breathing so powerful?
Yes. When our body breathes in and out, one, it energizes our system. It brings in what is called as prana, the subtle life force energy. We have mainly 4 sources of prana. One is our food, obviously, and sattvic food. The second is sleep or rest. Third is the meditative state, positivity. And the last one, but most important one, is the breath. So through the breath, we attain this prana, the life force energy. And as our prana increases, everything good happens in our system. Our immunity increases, our intuition increases, our equanimity, the being in that state of equanimity is possible. And even if something throws us off balance, we can quickly come back to our state of equanimity. And if you see physiologically, if you ask a doctor, breath is one aspect through which the maximum cleansing happens, detox of the system happens. Our body pumps out all the toxins from the body. It is through breath. All other systems of cleansing is only after the breath. And this breath plays a vital role in our state of mind. So if you look at, or if you speak to a health expert, one of the problems recently that they have observed, sleep apnea. Now once somebody is suffering from this, it even affects their state of being, it affects their emotions, mood, productivity, they feel brain fog. Now why? They were not breathing properly. And the importance of breathing through our nose, breathing with awareness. When we breathe with awareness, and if we use various techniques of controlled breathing, the power of breath that we can harness will be much more. It can change our life.
Right. So you mentioned about brain fogging, and a lot of people after COVID-19, they have been saying that they are experiencing brain fogging.
Yes.
How can we practice breathing in order to eliminate brain fog?
Pranayama, breathing with awareness, Sudarshana Kriya, and a little bit of meditation. This is actually during COVID, if you remember, during COVID this had become one of the leading topics of discussion.
Right.
And it was a positive side effect of COVID was that people realized all this ancient knowledge that all the civilizations had, especially our Eastern civilizations. They had all this knowledge, but some people who were not convinced about it, they got convinced during that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So this one question, actually, when I told my friend that I'm meeting you, the meditation master, my friend told me to ask you this question. Many of us, we are multitasking these days and juggling between responsibilities. Even personally, I am office goer and I'm also a mother. I have a toddler.
Oh.
So you can only imagine how difficult it is for me to, juggle between responsibilities.
I can imagine.
So in the middle of that, how can one find a time to breathe properly? And how can one find one find peace through something as simple as breathing?
I came to know the meaning of your name. Sometimes it loosely translates to being equanimous, right?
Right.
So you just have to leave your name, simple
Right.
as that.
Right.
And the babies, actually they bring us to our present moment, don't they? When
They
you are
do,
with
they do.
them, you will automatically mostly be in your present moment.
Right.
But then to bring our mind back to the present moment, these simple techniques of pranayama, sudarshana kriya, meditation, they will play a major role. What appears to be something impossible will become easily possible when we and as we practice these techniques for some time. And even if we are thrown off balance, how quickly we can come back to that state of poise, being equanimous, samten, that these techniques make it possible. And breath can play a very major role, breathing with awareness, one, and taking the deep breaths. Sometimes our breath becomes very shallow and we do not realize it. Now, if you are melancholic or you are lost in thought, and after that, what happens automatically? And you are back, right? A deep breath in and out, and you are back. That's an automatic mechanism of the body to compensate for the shallow breathing that you are doing before. You are not having enough breath, you are not having enough prana, you are not having enough oxygen. So the breath, and you are back. So this automatically resets our, brings the body mind back to the present, and we are ready for the next. So this, when we do it at will, the earlier what we saw was an automatic mechanism of the body, but then with your awareness, knowingly, you can make use of that.
So is it the same if, do we practice the same breathing exercises if my boss scolds me tomorrow, or if somebody in the market overcharges me for a kilogram of tomatoes? So, I mean, I'm really mad right now. So is it the similar kind of exercises that I have to practice?
If right there at that moment in front of them, if you do some breathing practice, the situation may go out of control. But yes, regular practice of these breathing techniques and meditation will, as I told before, will help us come back to our poise, state of poise.
Right.
Gurudev always mentions about, showing the difference between showing your anger and being angry. Sometimes, as a boss or maybe as a mother, you might have to show your anger to get things done. Now, a mother, a very loving mother, telling the baby, hey, don't play with fire, don't play with a sharp knife. It's not because she is like not liking the baby. It's for the baby's safety. And she might just change the tone a little bit, maybe raise the volume a little bit, and then the very next moment, oh, kuchu 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 ku, my baby, she's all full of love. That is showing anger. Now, when you become angry, then everything changes. The dynamics changes. So you don't really, you lose balance of yourself, you lose control of yourself, you are not aware of what's happening within you, what's happening in your mind, and how you react. You are unable to respond to a situation, but you just react, and things will go from bad to worse. So having this poise, equanimity, by the help of these practices, just a few minutes every morning or evening, that can help us a long way. That will change ourselves, and it will change the situations around us.
Right, right. Prashantji, now a lot of Bhutanese youth, especially, they are of course opening up about their stress and depression of recent, but there are a few who are still struggling silently. What message would you like to give them on the whole breathing exercises, or something that they need to do in order to calm their minds down?
Going within. For our actions to be powerful, for us to be powerful, we need to go within. Just take the example of a bow and arrow. We hold an arrow, and then what do? We pull it back. And the maximum we pull it back, and then we release it. It'll go, right? Similarly, the solution is going within. We need to go spend a few moments doing meditation, etc., and then going within will calm us down. And not to lose hope. When we are strengthening ourselves from within, that will help us cling on to that ray of hope. It's not the end of the world. Still, we can set things right. So this positivity, that positive outlook, also we can inculcate to a certain extent. And then if you have to worry, Gurudev always says, if you have to worry about big things. Worry about the country, where the country is going, how can I contribute? Worry about the world. So if at all you have to worry about the larger aspects of our existence of the world. So that will actually propel us and strengthen us. And when we are always thinking about our own self, what about me? What about me? That's a surefire prescription for everything that is disastrous. That will put that person into depression. So having that the attitude of service, how can I be of service to others? And then being with nature. Bhutan is blessed with nature. Now, for example, in Japan, they have this Shinrin-yoku, the forest bathing. Being with nature with awareness. These small things will add up to a larger, snowball into a larger positive impact on us, which will transform us into a better human being, stronger human being. And spirituality is what will give us solutions. And one of the aspects of spirituality is it gives us confidence. And it makes us strong from within. And this strength will help us to help others, and even while helping ourselves.
Right. So Prashantji, I would have loved to talk to you more for another, I don't know how many hours, but thank you so much for this meaningful conversation. If there's one thing I've learned today is that peace isn't far away. It's as close as your next breath. So to our viewers also, if you're sad, if you have anxiety, if you're mad right now or disappointed, just take a minute today, close your eyes and breathe. So until next time, this is Samtin Dolkar signing off from this program. Stay calm, stay kind, and just breathe.